Hello movers, welcome back to Move Daily Fitness. It's Tracy. Are you ready to work on your lower body and bone density? That's what we're doing in today's beginner workout. And here's our format. We'll do 40 seconds of work, 15 seconds in between. We're gonna hit each round 3 times. And in those first 2 rounds, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a jumping protocol. Maybe not jumping, but we're gonna do some heel drops, boom. And then we will hit a small jump, but I'll give you modifications if you can't do that. We want to begin to stimulate that bone density. And in fact, you know what? You can reverse the signs of osteopenia and osteoporosis. I've seen it happen. My mom's the perfect example. So let's get busy. Let's work lower body today. And this is what you're gonna need. Grab a variety of dumbbells. Here's what I might suggest a beginner use. Of course, it's a good reference, but lift within your abilities. I'll use something to sit on, something stable. I'm also gonna grab a mini band just for one set of an exercise. If you don't have one, don't worry, but it'll add some tension if you'd like. I'll start with a warm up and we'll end with a cool down. If you're looking for our Stronger for Longer program, which includes some of this bone density work, make sure you click or tap the card at the top of the screen or check in the description below. All right, are you ready to move daily? Me too, let's go. Okay, warming things up. Oh yeah, if you want, you could put functional strength on the watch there. I'll hit that. And take it wide, and let's start with some hand to toe taps right there. Excellent, warm those legs up a little bit. We're gonna do quite a bit down on the ground, using some body weight, using some dumbbells, of course. So it'll be a good workout for all of those major muscle groups in your lower body. 2 more here. And let's go into some hip cars. Hold a wall for balance if you need. Up and around. We'll go 3 to the back, 3 to the front. We're just getting that ball and socket and your hip warmed up. Reverse direction. And switch legs, 3 to the back. And 3 to the front. Big circle. Nice. Let's get into some front kicks. Alternate. If you can't tap your toe, you're just nice and low right there. This will help warm up that middle lower back that is often activated when we're hitting glutes. Little quad here as well. Good. I want you to bring it down to the ground. We're still in warm-up mode here. We're gonna go feet shoulder width apart, and we're pressing up to the ceiling and down in a glute thrust. Here we go. You're gonna give me 15 here. That's 5. Hold your mat so you're not slipping. There's 10, 5 more here. Good. Then come to seated. Swing your legs around. We're just gonna do some up and overs right here, targeting a little bit of hip flexor, a little bit of those quads, warming things up. Let's go 1 more each side. Good, and come on up to standing again. We'll finish this warm up with some calf raises. So up to your tiptoes and down. Last here. And there's the first sequence. Take a look at the screen, grab your weights, and let's get started. Okay, we're gonna start with some heel drops. This is great stimulus for our bones. So I want you up to tiptoes, land hard. If you can't do that for some reason, just stick with the calf raises like we did in warm up. Ready, up and land. That's it. Land. You want to land with relatively stiff legs, okay? This is where you'll get that impact. You don't want to absorb it, right? Up to tiptoe, land hard. So for people who can't jump due to knee issues, this is a super introductory element for stimulating bone. A few more here. And we're gonna go right to the ground. Back to what we did in warm up with the glute thrust. I'm gonna use a 15-pound dumbbell on my pelvis. This could be done without weight. Feet are shoulder width apart and pulse at the top. So you're up and pulse, down. Hold that dumbbell with your hands. And I want you to keep your knees equal distance apart. Really squeeze your glutes at the top of the contraction. Very good. Okay, come on up. We're gonna do a seated leg raise. So we sort of warmed up with this, alternating. Now we're gonna do a single leg lift. Okay, right here, I'll call half, we'll switch, working that quad and hip flexor. You're tall, that's it. Just little ones right here. Are you feeling it yet? Me too. 3, 2, and switch legs right here and work. Okay, let's go up for round 2 where we're going back to the heel drop. If you wanted to elevate this, you could do a broad jump or just a small jump forward, that's fine too. Here we go, tiptoes and land hard. Okay, back on your back for the glute thrust. I'm gonna show you what it looks like from a bench if you'd like. Put the dumbbell on your pelvis. I'm using a 15 again. Slide down, walk your feet out a bit, and this is your starting position here. Pulse at the top. Up and pulse, down. So either on your back on the ground or off of the side of a bench. This one's nice because you get a bigger stretch in the glute, of course, because you're dipping low, allowing that muscle to stretch. But you want to keep your chin towards your chest here. And if you're feeling it in your neck, you can put one hand behind as you hold the dumbbell with the other hand. Okay, stay down here. Going into the single leg raise or leg lift. Okay, again, nice and tall, working that quad, and here we go. I will call half. Last one on this leg, and switch. Stay tall. Okay, final set. Come on up. Think about challenging yourself with the weight amount. If you can go up, do that. All right, we'll go back to the heel drop, to tiptoes, land hard. Here we go.
Do you agree? This is not the way it is supposed to feel. Oh, and I can see there are different paths laid out for you and me. 'Cause baby, I'm a true believer, and I wanna stay true to my feelings. I'm tired of feeling blue when I lose myself to love. Yeah, I just wanna lose.
Okay, excellent. Into the glute thrust. I'm gonna use a 20 just because I have it. On your back on the ground or off the side of a bench, lower yourself down. Feet under the knees. Low, up and pulse. You're gonna squeeze at the top here, squeeze. Let's lower ourselves down, safely get out of this, and stay down here for those leg lifts. Okay, nice and tall, single side, and I'll call half. And lift. Last one on this leg. Let's switch and lift. Okay, excellent work in this first circuit. Take a break, grab some water, and of course if you need longer, pause the video, but we're coming back with another one to stimulate bone, so grab water and join me back. We're gonna start with some jumps. It's just gonna be a little jump there, okay? Of course you could do a bigger one if you'd like. You could also practice hard stomping if you can't jump. All right, here we go. You're tall. Turn around, whatever weight you have. You could also jump in place, but by moving, we do have to use that eccentric component of our quads, right? Because we're in motion, our legs have to stop us while we're in motion. That's a good thing to practice, because that's how you'll fall, in motion. Can you catch yourself? Okay, very good. Down to the ground. I'm gonna bring a 3-pound dumbbell down here. We're gonna do some line leg lifts. So come on down here, working the glutes. Dumbbell here or no dumbbell if you wish. And we're gonna lift. This is 3 pounds. So of course, if your body weight's enough, do it without. If you wanna add a little bit of tension, you're here. And we're gonna stay on the same side for a full 40 seconds, okay? So if you need a break in between, rest at the bottom and then continue. See, we're already halfway through. We need at least 40 seconds per leg on this guy. Almost there. Just 5 more seconds, stay in the pocket. Now the burn is setting in. Okay, excellent. Flip it over. Great for our glute medius. All right, right there. Foot is flexed and we lift. Nice and controlled. I'm gonna go up into some sit squats next. I'll use my bench. You can use a stable chair. It'll be a quick transition, so if you need a little bit more time, feel free to start getting up right now.
I'm not yours anymore. No, I'm not yours.
Let's move into our sit squat. So I'll use my bench. If you don't have a bench or chair, a regular squat is fine. I'll hold a 12-pound dumbbell. Feet are wide, knees are over the toes, and we're straight up and down. So we push through the heel, control the down, make sure your bench or chair is stable. It's not gonna slip out from under you. The goal here is not to plop down. Control, control, control. So we want to target those quads a little bit here. Push through the heels, straight up from that seat. Push. Of course, this could be done without a weight as well. Nice. Okay, we're back to the top, back to our jump. Just look at your ground, make sure nothing is in the way for you to trip on. Okay, and little jumps. Are you ready? Or stomp. Here we go. And again, I'm keeping those legs relatively stiff. A little softness in the knee, but I'm not bending the knees. Okay, so a softness when I land, but not absorbing the impact because it's the impact that I want. Excellent. Down to the ground again. Back to that 3-pound dumbbell with our side lying leg lift. Okay. Down on the ground, weight or no weight. Flex your foot and lift it up, slow and controlled. It doesn't have to be super high. Okay, in fact, just keeping it right in that angle is super. You're staying on this side for a full 40, remember. Ooh, burn is setting in, 5 seconds. Switch sides. Right here, and we lift.
There's something about your face, can't stop looking your way. What do you do to me? You make it hard to breathe.
15 seconds here. Then we're going back to that sit squat.
Even though I know that letting you go would be crazy. Thinking, no, I want you for myself. I don't need anybody else. Wanna leave this place.
Very nice. Okay, did you want a heavier weight on the sit squat? Did you feel good with the 12? I'm gonna grab a 15. You could hold 2 dumbbells up on your shoulders as well. Push here, don't plop. Control the down. To make it more challenging, bring the feet slightly closer together. Okay, you'll have farther to stand. Now, I'm releasing my weight, but as an alternative for more of a challenge, you could just tap down and push. You'll feel that in your quads quite a bit more. Round 3. How are we doing? Everyone okay? Let's go back to our jumps. Remember to make sure nothing's in your way, in your path. All right, jump it here.
Leave everyone behind. You're all I think about. I'm tired of the people that talk about nothing, and I'm not wasting this moment. Even though I know that letting you go would be crazy. Thinking, no, I want you for myself. I don't need anybody else. Wanna leave this place. Meet me in the dark where we can both hide. No one's gonna steal our time again. We don't have to say much. Let our lips touch. I will stay with you.
Nice. Back down to the ground for that sideline leg raise. 2-3 pounds or no weight is fine. Okay, you're here, foot is flexed. Full 40 each side. Ten more seconds on this side. Nice. Switch it. Definitely feel that for 40 seconds. We wouldn't have in 20, I'll tell you that. We needed the full measure. All right, ready? Let's work. Fifteen seconds. Okay, finishing off with our sit squat, and I'll stay with that 20 pounds. That's there. Okay, I mean 15 pounds, sorry. Is that what I was using? Yeah, 15. Here we go. Up and control. Anytime the weight is in front, you'll feel those abs engage. We definitely want them to keep our torso nice and tall in this and to help us control the down phase. Very nice. Okay, we've got one more circuit for you. So take a moment, grab some water. Of course, if you need longer, just pause the video. Make sure you join me back though. The last one's a good one. We're gonna start with our Romanian deadlift, but I just wanna give you a few coaching cues first. Feet are shoulder width apart, you're hinging at the hips or folding at the hips, okay? Knees are going to bend as we fold at the hips, back stays totally flat. And then we power up and squeeze the glutes. Try it against a wall if you can't get your form right. About a foot or half a foot away from the wall. As you hinge, your butt should tap the wall. All right, if it doesn't tap, then you need to do this without weights until you get it to tap the wall. All right, so let's get started here. RDL, and I am going to start with some 12-pound dumbbells here. But you can go lighter, you can go no weights, of course. All right, hinging at the hips, roll the shoulders back, feet shoulder width apart. So we hinge, 2, 3, and we power and squeeze. Don't arch the back at the top, right? We want to just squeeze. So this is glutes predominantly, but we're also working hamstrings as we lengthen through the back of the leg, and then power up. Keep your back flat. Dumbbells are close to the shins. And you're reaching your hips back like you're shutting a car door shut with your butt. Reach, 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 and power. Last one here. Let's take it down to the ground and into an inner thigh leg lift. So on that elbow again, foot is flexed. We're lifting here, 40 seconds per side. Ready, lift and lift. Good, so a little inner leg lift, of course. A plie squat, weighted, is a great alternative to this, but not everyone can do that type of squat. So this is nice because leg is straight and you're still working that inner thigh muscle here. All right, burn has set in, but you're here for a full 40, so stay with me. Almost there, 3, 2, 1. Let's just take a second to stretch that out. Oh yeah, little stretch there. All right, flip it over. We're gonna hit the other leg here. Foot is flexed, lifting there, and work. And rest. Okay, into your calf raise. So again, your wall is gonna come in handy here. Let's lean our hands on the wall, feet go back behind us. Closer is easier, farther away is harder, and calf raise here. So up to tiptoes, and then down to heels, tiptoes and heels. That's it. Go up as high as you can, and then do try to bring those heels down to the ground. Some of you might be very tight in the Achilles and calf region, in which case this probably needs to be stretched quite a bit more if you can't put your feet on the ground. 10 seconds here. Nice. Back to the top with our deadlift. I'll hold 12s again, 12 pounds in each hand, but again, you can go very light. You could do 5 pounds, 8 pounds, whatever you have. Roll the shoulders back and hinge. Slow, 2, 3, power up. Remember, we're bending at the knees here. Good. Now you could grab a lighter resistance band and put that around your ankle, step on one side if you think you need some resistance here. I feel like most beginners probably don't for the 40 seconds. Here we go. But if you're getting stronger, slip a mini band around the ankle, step on it with your stationary foot, and then you'll add a little bit of tension. Alternatively, you could hold a light dumbbell right here on the inner thigh, and it would add some tension as well. This is good for me. Burn! You're over halfway, push, push. And give it a little stretch. Oh, feels good. Okay, we're gonna flip it over. Other side. I'm getting, I think, about 30 reps in here, so that's good. Here we go. Up and lift. Let's go into our calf raises. I'm gonna show you how to make this slightly more challenging. We're gonna do a single leg at a time, and I'll call half. If you don't like that, do both at the same time like we did on the round one. Otherwise, single leg and work. Tiptoe and down. Good, keep that leg straight. So now you've got all of your body weight on one appendage, making it just so much more challenging for the calf. We'll do one more rep. Now switch. All right, see, I give you an out and you don't have as many reps on the single leg, but you are lifting twice the weight. So 6 of 1, I suppose. The shoe is not tight enough. My foot's like almost coming out. Final set, let's go. What are you gonna lift for your deadlifts? 10s, 12s, 15s. I think I'll grab 15s this time. And we're hinging at the hips. Here we go. Slow, 2, 3, power up. Remember, if you're sitting close to a wall, you're reaching those hips back, tapping the wall, and powering up. Last one here. And into our inner thigh, leg lift. I'm gonna show you what it looks like with the band, because I have it here. Get ready, and lift. So right here. All right, just adding that little bit more tension. I can feel it wanting to snap me down, so I'm controlling the down. Halfway, stay on the side. Foot is flexed, so we're targeting that inner thigh here. Whew, that kicked it up a notch for me. 5 seconds. All right. Oh, mercy in the middle. That was fiery. Switch sides. Get yourself situated. Foot is flexed. And we're lifting. Here we go. You're doing well, halfway through, stay on this leg. And we've got one more calf raise and then you're done, you're doing so good. Working those legs today. Big muscle groups with the glutes. So it's very good and important to stimulate bone too with some of those hops and jumps we started with. Nice work today, everyone. Let's finish off with our calf raises then. Okay, what are you gonna do? You can do both at the same time. You can do singles. I think I'll go back to singles. The farther away you are, the more challenging. And lift. I will call half if you're doing singles, and I'll let you know when to switch.
We gon' break up, then we make up. Act like we're gonna be friends.
3, 2, and switch legs. Other side.
Leave it all over again, all over again. Leave it all over again.
10 seconds. Stay in the pocket, folks. In 3, 2, 1, and done. You've moved daily in your lower body bone density session. Nice work. Put that on repeat. Get a little bit more proficient at the jumps and hops if you can. Of course, you always want to make sure that you check with your doctor before starting any jumping protocol, because of if you do have osteoporosis or osteopenia, it is something you want to have, you know, supervised by a trainer or a doctor, physiotherapist, someone that knows what they're doing. So I encourage you to do that. Join for a stretch if you can. Nice work, everyone. Come on down to the ground. We'll stretch things out here. Starting with a glute stretch, cross that leg over, sit tall, drop your shoulders, and hold that there. So my mom went for a DEXA scan. She hasn't had a scan for years and years and years. And probably, I want to say 20 years ago, she was diagnosed with some osteoporosis, switch legs, which was kind of shocking, actually. I didn't know that until like just a couple of weeks ago. If I had known that, like, I don't even know why I didn't ask her. But it was something they did years. And it wasn't with the DEXA scan, because they didn't even, did they have those back then? I don't know. At any rate, she was. And so her T-score, sit up tall, hinge forward, was at minus 2.7. I'm like, oh, that's not good. Like, that's osteoporosis. And so it was in certain areas of her body. And so I said, well, Mom, you've been working out now for 4 years, since the pandemic, I guess, well, maybe 6 years. Switch sides. So being regular, I have her doing jumping protocols. And, you know, I mean, she's been through a lot though too. Like, she just recently had kidney cancer and had a whole kidney removed. So that sort of put her on the back burner for a few weeks, but she's back in the gym now, which is awesome. At any rate, so she had this DEXA scan, and let's go into quad stretch here on your side. She went from 2.7 to 2.1. So think about this. As you age, and she's almost 80, as you age, you are losing bone mineral density, right? So if you do nothing to mitigate that loss, you are losing. So if you don't lose any and you stay the same, then you're actually winning, because you're supposed to be losing, right? So if you're staying the same, it means that you're obviously doing something to make sure that you don't lose more. She reversed it. So she went from 2.7 to 2.1, still minus, still osteoporotic, but the doctor was shocked. The doctor's like, what? I never see this in people your age. I never see this. She was like, what are you doing? Mom's like, working out, lifting weights, going to the gym, walking so much. And the doctor was so thrilled with that. And again, a testament that you can make these changes if you drip water on the stone to hollow it out, not through force, but through persistence, says Ovid. It just takes showing up and being very regular. Again, you just heard me say my mom's been working out like pretty religiously for 6 years straight. 6 years. How many days is that? 3 times 6, 1,800 days. It's a lot. So, but things can shift, things can change, and that's pretty exciting, I think. So make sure that you keep at it. If you've been diagnosed with something like that, it is not a permanent sentence. Heel down, toe is up against a wall or something, a couch. We're just gonna lean forward here and stretch that calf out. Yeah, it's not a permanent sentence. Like, you can grow muscle no matter what your age. You can increase bone density no matter what your age, and that is, I'm sorry to say, but pretty exciting. She was thrilled. Her doctor was thrilled. It was a whole thrilling moment. So stick with it, folks. Thanks for joining this workout. Put it on repeat and grab our program, Stronger for Longer. It's a beginner program, but we also have advanced. If you found this workout too easy, grab the advanced one. We'll see you all in the next one.